I am Zeospantera, your host of In-Ear Fetish, an IEM channel where we review IEMs. Oh, shh. This is Z reviews. I guess I need to make them into headphones. Moondrop headphones. Moondrop. Moondrop, waifus, you know, these sorts of things on a headphone. I actually have two in the shop right now. Two headphones from IEM manufacturers. I put the Thaudio Wraiths over there and the Moondrop Venus. And actually I have the Moondrop over there, the white ones that they sort of canceled and then they didn't cancel. They're over there. Doesn't matter. We'll get to those at some point, I'm sure, eventually. Hello? These are $600. And look at them. Like Moondrop came out with a little plastic headphone called the Voids. They were the Moondrop Voids. And people were like, then somebody was like, no. And then I listened to them and I'm like, can I review these yet? Because they sound decent, but they're built like shit. And then they're like, no. Oh, I was just kidding. Just kidding. Get the real headphones. Here they are. And I'm like, oh my God. 100mm planar. He's cute. That's Swede Mupin. And I understand now why they were like, please don't touch the Voids. Wait for the Venus because holy shit. These are not the stock pads. These are actually Modhouse pads, linked to Modhouse pads. I'll explain why in a second. Can I just continue to grope these? Okay, ignore this, or actually I'll take this off. This is the Waves NX tracker, because my friend was jacking off hard about his new AirPods Pros that, you know, look man, they track your head and shit. And I'm like, let me whip this out from 3 years ago. 4 years ago? The last software on Android was like 2018. Anyway, this is the Waves NX tracker, which is a Bluetooth tracker that tracks your head so you can move the sound around. Kind of like the new AirPods do. And everyone's like, oh, God. And it's like, fuck you. I had that shit 5 years ago. The build is spectacular. There's a few issues. Like people were complaining I had the big New Year's Eve blowout and everyone was down here touching everything. And it's probably full of, I'm going to burn everything. But they were like, this feels sharp. And it really isn't sharp. It's just that there's so many gaps that your fingers are going to feel like it's sharp. Like it feels. And then this is all metal. And look at it just tilts. And it feels such a quality little rocker. And they've got the little bump on the bottom to stop it from rocking. And they use so much exposed hardware. So you got the spring tensioned tryptophobia up there. And then you've got the attached with little washer, I forget what they said, but it's like, oh, infinitely adjustable, automatic adjustment headband. And meanwhile, it's just an elastic band, which I can't say shit about it except it gets stuck right there. See, if I push it up once or twice, too many times, this side will get stuck until you straighten it out and it pops down. And I like to say something negative about that, but I can't because more expensive headphones that I also like have it. So it's like, all right. As they do as it does it, you could do it. The pads it came with, by the way, look at these. These are a 4-knuckle spinner. They're huge. But there was something up with them. They looked fantastic. They're super comfy, but they weren't comfy. And I know something about headphones because of just fucking practice. When you need more space, more distance, more of a hole to fill. There's only a 3-knuckle, but it's the Modhouse. I think these are the vegans, which are currently sold out, but they have the sheepskins as well. But I just wanted, give me more distance and something to fill with bass. Because these were doing like a damn good job, but it wasn't enough. So I swapped them out, and I swapped to the first pair I swapped to was these. Haven't swapped to anything else. There could be 100 pads in that box of pads that make this sound amazing or better. Don't care. Buy these pads. Sound? Do sound first. So these basically replace all... Fuck, man. The Harmonicdyne G200 is sitting right there mocking me. I still, but then these are like, oh, fuck. I was going to say out loud with my mouth, which is how I usually do things, that these replace all sub $1,000 planars, with exceptions like the T60 Argons and like the cheaper ones like the Sundaras are like, that's half the price of this. But then I'm looking at that Harmonicdyne G200 and it's just like, oh man, the accessories in that are so good. But then the carbon fiber headband doesn't really sit properly with me most of the time, but it's so clear. And then the pads need to be swapped. Okay, so basically, Moondrop didn't drop the ball on this. These are spectacular. Even more so when you put a thick, chonky pad on it with some space. Because then you get the bass, and you get the sound stage, and the comfort goes up somehow remarkably, even though it was pretty decent with this. Build problems. Again, I don't 100% love an elastic band in here, especially one side that gets kind of stuck. That's fine. We'll get over it. This is my problem. 3.5 millimeter connector, perfectly fine. I accept it. Comes with two cables, a 3.5 with a right angle, and this very Moondrop IEM, you know, weaved 8-wire that goes up into it, and it's nice, and it's labeled L and R, nice and clean. The problem isn't the wire, although this could probably use a little bit more strain relief there. The problem isn't the wire. The problem is where it plugs into this headphone, because it plugs in directly on the bottom of the cup and on a block that actually extends it down, and these are pretty long connectors. So it's doing that thing where, here, the way she's wearing it is incorrect. No one wears their headphone with their head, the head on the back. I'm sorry, waifu lady, and now I love my waifus, but you shouldn't, that's not where it has. You have your head here, it's here, which puts that straight down right into your shoulder. Now, I've got a pretty long neck like a giraffe, so it doesn't bother me, but I had a couple people here who were wearing them, and they would look left, and this would hit their shoulder a little bit. Not the biggest problem in the world, but something easily fixable. The Tim socks right there. All you got to do, take this block, Moondrop, please tell me you're watching, move it to the back a little bit, and then angle it. Just so it's like, it just comes out this way. I actually ordered, they're not here yet. I was hoping they'd be here for the review, but I needed to get this review done. I actually ordered a right angle 3.5 millimeter to a 1-inch wire to a female 3.5 millimeter. So I'm gonna be able to have the come out and just like hang here. Because it's just slightly annoying to have this just protrude, because that's how big it is. You can't imagine it's like, this is not the headphone, this is the headphone. That big. That's fucking massive. The top pad is vinyl. Like, this could be higher end, but if it was an over $1,000 headphone, Modhouse is coming, then I would be more concerned about the material of this being deer skin or something. But it's vinyl. That's fine. You're going to sweat in it. The pads are good enough quality. I don't know where they're coming from. They're not memory foam, which these are, and very soft, the Modhouse ones. Let's put them on again. You pull them down. They sort of auto level like they're supposed to. The clamp is perfect. Right now, sitting here, leaning forward, the wire is not slapping into my clavicle. Look it up. It's a bone. These are 18 ohms, which is low, but that's most big planars are 18 ohms. I've got them on the Topping LA90, which I'm preamping with the Aoun X8 Magic DAC. London Grammar is playing. They always call to tell you how I feel. There's just a bigness to these that, like, I would absolutely now have no issue selling my GL 2000s. The ones that were like controversial because I got a really good set. Then other people were like, my set's not as good, and it went up and down, and then fuck it. Don't gold planar anymore. Get these. Let's look. Let's actually analyze my wall and see what we can get rid of now, because like the Emotiva there, that's the GR7s or something, GREs. Those can go. Those are basically a Sivga clone. I'm just gonna hold on. Now I've gone back and forth because I had to do it because it's like, this is my job and shit. Topping LA90, Zal, swapped them out a couple times. Orchestra's playing. James Horner, Begin the Begin from The Rocketeer. These are warmer. Those are a warmer set of headphones. Because they're priced so similar. Like, look at the size difference. The G200s are not small, but holy God, the Venus is Not to be confused with penises. The penis is bigger. The Venus is bigger. But for $100 more with the Harmonicdyne, you're getting this, which is what, again, it's a 3.5, but it's going in the correct, this is Moondrop, no. Harmonicdyne, yes. I like the fit of the Venus way more. I'm sitting here, the problem with the Harmonicdynes, this has come after using them for a while, and the carbon fiber relaxing a little bit. Like, it's carbon fiber, like it's not magic, but it doesn't have a very high clamp, and I want it to clamp harder and more aggressively in, because it sort of hits the wall there and then just sort of floats, and it's not pushing the bottom of the headphone evenly. It's pushing the top more. So I wish I could bend this. I wish this was steel, then I could fix that problem. That said, this also uses a very clicky system, whereas this is just a elastic, and you get, holy fuck, who remembers the glass box this came in? You got these wires, which are also spectacular and made of that weird, like, crazy lightweight metal. And it came with a glass box and 2 sets of pads. But I will say, something about this connector just doesn't fit in things. Like, I had it plugged into the Zal, and I went, don't get stuck at an $8,000 Everamp, please, I'm borrowing it. So, you know, as much as this is the lightest weight metal on earth, like Gundams are made out of heavier shit than this. This is probably still the better purchase for accessories and feel, and if you want it warm, and it's got these pads, and I love these pads, and I love how they're slightly not black, they're like greenish. That said, this is a clearer headphone. So now you have a choice. So I'm glad that they both don't, neither one of these, nothing here is getting, shut. Nothing here is getting erased from existence. This is not best of the worst. We don't have to put anything through a wood chipper. These two are just so close. And they're both coming from manufacturers like Harmonicdyne has made a few IEMs, but they're mostly headphones. And this is Moondrop's second headphone. And we're both big-ass Planars. And they both have just enough of a sound signature that I can't be like, well, one erases the other's existence. This is a warmer sound, very similar in bass delivery, actually, especially with these pads on here, which I've now raised the price of these $60 because of the pads, so that now they're even closer, where these are $700, these are $600. But, Tish, yeah, no, I can't deny my love for these. I love them too hard. But these things come out of the gate swinging fucking hard. And because of that bigger driver, because there's more openness, like this is a tight 3-knuckle, and now with this is like a loose 3-knuckle. There's more air, more cleanliness, more clear sound delivery. So if you want a slightly warmer, more intimate sound, you go with the Harmonicdynes. If you want something that's just not bright, I don't want to say the word bright, that scares the shit out of people. It's not an LCD, everybody. Don't worry. Except for the X's. The X's are spectacular. But the 3s, the 4s, the 5s were like, no, thank you. Putting this back on. Are we still beginning the... Oh, we put Taxi Driver now? Oh, my nipples. The score from Taxi Driver. Oh, hold on. I gotta move that to the sound demo. By the way, if you want to hear the sound demo of these, it will probably, these are the tracks that I'm like, oh, and then I put it in that list. And it doesn't matter if YouTube doesn't like it, because I ain't playing it on YouTube. Sound demos available only to patrons and subscribers. These are some audiophile fucking cans, man. These are doing up things that I have no metaphysical qualm with how they produce sound. I just felt like they needed a bigger pad, so I gave it one. Could you use it with the stocks? Abso-fucking-lutely. Get them, try them with the stocks. Try them with the stocks. And then be like, you know what, Zeos, I think you're right. They feel like they just need more, something different. They needed something different in the pad. And if you'll notice that the lip around this is very, very small, and the lip around this is very large. In fact, I'm going to take one off to show you something, because I think the most impressive part of this headphone you don't get to look at. Look at the driver. That's a fucking space mirror. I've never looked into a Planar and been like, oh shit, somebody put the reflective dish from a satellite in here. What is this manufacturing? Holy God, look at the welds. The machining? It's not welds, it's machining. Because I could see the fucking, the truth marks or the whatever the hell, hesitation marks as it goes over this. And it's like, that's the driver. That's just the driver. That is just straight to the driver, straight into the driver. And then you got the screws that hold this faceplate on. I don't want to spit in this, by the way. So you have to have the cover has to be there over that, or you're going to get a hair in there or a French fry. You can fit a whole fucking French fry. You are getting exposed to this fucking thing. That is nuts looking. All right, I've looked inside a lot of headphones, and this is the one that took me back the most, where it's like, holy shit. Face reveal, Zeos face reveal. Where? In the mirror, that, like in the Prince of Darkness. It's where the devil comes from, comes through the fucking thing. This is where it's going to happen. The problem being that every screw has a notchway, so when you go to put the pad on, it tends to be a little bit difficult because you have to, you could see it's got some stretches. You have to basically get every individual thing. I'm a professional, so I can do this in like a heartbeat. But if you're not a professional, take your sweet ass time. Stretch from the inside. Boom, got that bitch on there. You know, there is some fucking magic at work. And the only thing that all of these Planars all have to worry about is when Modhouse completes his Planar, which is happening soon. And then you're all going to be saving up a bunch of money to buy that instead. But the fighting under 1,000 here is fucking brutal. There is a Jefferson Airplane's playing White Rabbit. Let's drop the fucking toaster in the tub.
I was going to have to go outside and get one of the goddamn mates to do it.
I would throw not a toaster. I want to throw the record player in the thing. God, Fear and Loathing is a great movie. You know, there's no resonance. There's no, like, bad voodoo. Like, when you have a giant Planar, like, here's the thing. I'm sitting here. I just finished. The review I made before this one was the new Diana TC. $4,500 Planar. Worth it. Like, straight line buzz head to the music. This, I think more people would enjoy. As an audiophile asshole that wants to listen to his amps, you will like the Diana more. But as someone who just wants to plug it in and enjoy music, this is an experience. A big one. Warmer, better presentation. Some things better, some things worse. Just absolute unit of data delivery to your head. I don't even know. Like, you're not going to wear them out and about because you're going to look like a tool. But if you did, it'd be fucking amazing. So I give the Venus full fucking thumbs up. $600, you're getting a lot of headphone for this. Couple things they could improve in Mark II. Move where this is to like this. And fix this thing to not be so... It gets... Just that side just gets stuck. And then you like wiggle it. But I think once you get the pads on it, I mean, the wire is spectacular. It came in a plain cardboard box with the waifu on it. No other real issues build-wise. And what is built fantastically is built fantastically. So, mega approve of the Venus. Still approve of the Harmonicdyne. Slightly less special in the space because these exist. Because now you have the alternate choice of going with... Actually, what does the driver look like in this? You're going to make me check, aren't you? You know, that's a different vibe, man. You could see it. It's just a different vibe. We could see what's going on behind this metal grill. It's wild how different the designs can be, and they can be so close in so many aspects. Also, there's a lot. There's a lot here. This is a lot. Actually, that's still pretty much a chunk. The Dianas are like that much. So yeah, love them both. pick, you want the warm set with the fancier box and cables and lightweight Gundam materials, or do you want the bigger set that you have to buy pads for, but still kick ass and take names? Either way, wallpaper available in the Horde. Waifus delivered to your doorstep. I'm keeping this, by the way. This is good. I'm keeping this whole set. It'll probably end up on the wall. Probably replacing my GL 2000s. Maybe I'll whip those out for a review or two and then send them on their way. Although that shit's so special, if that's a good set, I may just box it. Anyway, I'm done. Patreon and subscribe star support this channel. You want to hear the sound demo for these? Check it out on the Patreon and subscribe star, because that's where it lives now, where I'm unrestricted. Yard sales happen from the 1st to the 10th of every month. Something will probably be replaced by this, and that will go in the yard sale. Maybe? I'm looking at you. Sound demos, yard sale, see reviews early, $10 a month. Get into the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat to ask me questions directly. If you want to ask me questions directly. Zeos, I bought this amp and I have this DAC and I want to plug it into this, and will it work? The only way to guarantee get an answer is to be in the $10 Telegram chat. That's the guaranteed answer. And you're in it, like, once you pay the $10, you're in it for like 3 months, or there's a cycle where it's the first, it's near the first of the year, so we're going to wipe that chat and only current patrons will come back in. But as long as you're in there, you can ask me any questions you want. And you also get access to a lifetime, never get kicked out swap meet channel for buying, selling, and trading gear. So if I haven't put anything in the swap meet because I always do the yard sales. I should put something in the swap meet. Something just for those guys. I wonder if they would just ignore me, because sometimes people get ignored in there. You don't have something cool. What would I sell? What can't I sell? Not her. She's got to stay. Anyway, I'm done. This video is too goddamn long. Wallpaper in the Horde. You sold my shit. I don't give a fuck. It's great news. Everything's fantastic. And waifus are the best. And I'll see you all in the next one.